Have you ever heard someone say, they just found success, as if it were some lucky penny they stumbled upon on the sidewalk? Well, that's a lie. A comfortable, convenient lie. Success is never found. It is forged. It's hammered, shaped, and scorched in the searing fires of struggle, in the long, lonely nights of uncertainty, and in those quiet, desperate moments when absolutely no one is watching. You don't just stumble upon greatness. You build it with your own two hands, blistered and calloused from the effort. Every dream that has ever come to life was first born in the furnace of pain. Every vision that ever changed the world was carried by someone who refused to give up when everyone else said it was impossible. Think about it. Thomas Edison didn't find the light bulb by accident. He built it after thousands of failures. Andrew Carnegie didn't find his steel wealth just waiting for him. He molded it from the raw elements of a hard childhood and a relentless, unwavering vision. And Walt Disney? He didn't just find the magic of his empire on some lucky day. He forged it, right after being fired from a job for lacking imagination. So, let's be clear. Success is not found. It's forged through pain, through purpose, and through the unbreakable decision that no matter what happens, you will not quit. Because here's the truth you need to hear. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is the sculptor. And you, my friend, are the marble. Every hardship that carves into you, every disappointment that cuts away a piece of your pride, every failure that breaks you down, it's all shaping you into something extraordinary. But only if you let it. Only if you're willing to stay in the fire long enough to be forged. You see, the weak run from pain. The strong learn from it. But the wise, they transform it. The path to success isn't paved with comfort. It's paved with scars, the kind you earn when you keep getting up after being knocked down, time and time again. Every champion you've ever looked up to, the athletes, the inventors, the leaders, they all have one thing in common. They have suffered. They know failure intimately. They've felt betrayal, loss, and ridicule. They've heard the word no more times than most people ever dare to ask. But they never, ever made pain their excuse. They made it their reason. There comes a moment in every person's life, a defining crossroads, when comfort and growth stand face. In that moment, one single question decides everything. Will you choose the path that's easy, or the one that's meaningful? Every single person who ever achieved greatness chose meaning. Everyone. The world told them to quit. They said, watch me. They failed. They rebuilt. They doubted. They believed, anyway. They fell to their nizan instead of praying for it to be easier. They prayed for the strength to rise even stronger. That is where success is born. Not in the spotlight, but in the shadows. Not in the applause, but in the solitude. Not in the victory, but in the endurance. Because when you strip away all the illusions, success is not about what you get. It's about who you become. And the road to becoming is not a gentle stroll. It's a battlefield, a war of will, of belief, of purpose. When life tests you, and believe me, it will, the test isn't about what happens to you. It's about what you decide it means. Most people see pain as a punishment. The uncommon few see it as preparation. The world says, this is too much. The uncommon person says, this is making me more. That's the mindset that separates the mediocre from the mighty. It's the ability to turn pain into fuel. Because pain, when you learn to harness it, becomes the energy that moves mountains. When you direct it, it becomes discipline. When you accept it, it becomes wisdom. But so many people run from pain their entire lives, never realizing they're also running from their own destiny. The comfort zone, that warm, soft, cozy prison of the averages where dreams go to die. It's where potential rots behind the bars of excuses and distractions. The comfort zone makes you one promise. You'll never hurt here. But what it doesn't tell you is that you'll also never grow. Growth demands pain. Transformation demands pressure. Success demands sacrifice. A seed must be buried in darkness before it can become a mighty tree. A diamond has to endure the crushing weight of the earth before it can shine, and you must go through your seasons of struggle before you can stand in the light of your success. So every time you face hardship, remember this. This is not the end. This is the forge. This is the place where your old self is burned away so your new self can rise from the ashes stronger, wiser, and completely unstoppable. But to endure that process, you need something much deeper than just motivation. You need purpose. Motivation fades when life gets hard. Purpose endures. Motivation says, I'll do it when I feel like it. Purpose says, I'll do it because I was born to. Purpose is what gets you up when your body is screaming no. Purpose is what keeps you fighting when no one else believes in you. Purpose is what gives your pain meaning. And meaning ... Meaning is everything. Without meaning, pain will break you. With meaning, pain will build you. When you know why you're suffering, you stop asking, why me? And you start saying, try me. Because now, every challenge has a context. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to prove your strength, your faith, your vision. This is why the most powerful people on this earth, the ones who moved nations, healed generations, or built empires, were not born with privilege. They were born with pain, but they chose to turn that pain into purpose. Abraham Lincoln faced failure after failure in business, in politics, even in devastating personal tragedy, before he led a broken nation through its darkest hour. Edison failed 1,000 times before that light ever turned on. Henry Ford went broke 5 times before he finally built his vision of mobility for the common person. They were all forged by pain, by rejection, by the crushing weight of impossible odds. And that is what made their success real. Because true success isn't measured by applause, or fame, or fortune. It's measured by how many times you've fallen and stood back up, by how many times you've faced fear and acted anyway, by how many nights you've cried yourself to sleep, but still rose the next morning with conviction in your eyes. Success isn't found. It's earned. In the silence of your effort, in the chaos of your doubt, in the fire of your pain. The pain you might be feeling right now, it's not here to destroy you. It's here to reveal you, to show you what you are truly made of, to show you the strength you didn't even know you had. You see, every time life breaks you, it's offering you a choice, to remain shattered, or to rebuild yourself with even greater purpose. And when you choose to rebuild, you evolve. You become something different, something unshakable. Because once you've been broken and rebuilt, you stop fearing pain. You start respecting it. You start using it. You stop asking life for comfort and you start demanding growth. And that, right there, is when the world changes for you. Because it always does the moment you do. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you forge your own path. We'll see you in the next one. Keep fighting. Keep fighting.